Hello everyone. Welcome to my stream. I haven't been on Twitch in over a year and a lot of things happened during that time. I wanted to start streaming earlier, but I wasn't able to, and I've been working this month to try and get this setup back. As some of you may remember from last time, now it's a little bit different, as I was unable to get the two cams working at the same time, but I am working on it, so hopefully you can have the view of Doll again. During that time that I was away from Twitch, there was a documentary made about me where from the documentary a lot of people requested that I make ASMR like readings, so I will be doing that too as part of this stream. This time I'm going to have it very relaxing for everyone. That's my goal. So hopefully you guys can enjoy it, and it's like this. I feel like so out of it, like rusty on how to do this properly in a new setup and stuff, so this first stream will probably be a bit weird if it does in fact work well as well, because OBS has not been great to me, hence the one cam. Yeah, but hopefully we can have fun and just relax, and yeah, feel free to message. I always love to hear from you all. Today we have two dolls. There's going to be this one is one I have been working on. Her face is already gone, as you can see. She doesn't have arms because many Monster High second-hand dolls don't, because this joint is very loose, so often these arms get lost. I do have one of them, I'm keeping it safe. The other I might do something with putty, but we can do that in another stream. I added horns to her, as you can see. So we are going to be painting on her. I'm just touching her. And then the other one is, I was doing a live on Instagram and I painted a very small chibi doll that I got on Poundland. Hello, Tonton. Thank you for coming to my first stream. Yeah, this doll I got from Poundland, and it was very fun to paint this sculpt, so I went back to Poundland and I got pretty much the rest of them. So we might do her as well. So yeah, lots to do, and I'm going to get on with it and tell you my process. I think I have, yeah. So I'm going to start doing it with them. Thank you, Tonton. It's a touch quiet. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll try to speak up. The mic is here, so I'll try to speak louder, or project more. Please let me know if that worked. I feel like these quiet streams are quite good to watch with headphones in, though. That's my suggestion. So we have some pastels first, which I'm going to work on the doll's head just to give a bit of like shading. I'm going to use a dry paintbrush for this, and yeah, I wish you guys could see, but hopefully next time I will have the other cam that points down to basically what was happening was, well, I feel maybe perhaps I'm misinformed about everything with Twitch now, as I have been so out of it, of the loop. But when I had left last time, OBS was the only streaming software that I could do 2 video feeds with, so that's what I'm using. But when I have been testing it with the 2 video feeds, eventually one just stops, and there's no reason why. So I just thought it's best to just start with just one and try and work it out, and then if anybody has any idea on how to fix it, then perhaps I could have some help from them. Yeah, I've been on computers all my life, but I don't know how to use them. I just play video games or do digital art. This original sculpt was, I believe, Claudia Wolf from Monster High. I really love this short pink bob she has. Using like a dark pink to give us some eyeshadow. Also, it helps just to kind of contour the face slightly as well. So using the pastel first, it really helps you when you are going then onto painting. And her face is just small, so you don't need all that much of it. I just want to just help give her some shape around her eyes and nose. When you take the face off with acetone, as it's all one colour, it can look very flat. So you can see, just added a touch of shading. And last time when I painted the doll that I had painted on my Instagram feed, I used a watercolor pencil, to do some outlines of the face, but it didn't go very well, so I'm thinking about different ways in which to do that. If I will just have to kind of freehand it with a brush. I do like to lay some lines down first, but the watercolor pencil was staining the doll's face, which I wasn't really what I wanted it to do. The thing is with watercolor on most plastics is that you can wash it off. You can just wipe it with water, but it was still staining, so I have to think about something else to do. But I guess the nice thing is about painting on dolls is that it's very experimental, and it's just from what people have discovered about it, because it's not a very common style of art. I think we're done with the pastels for now. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I could use a graphite pencil, and that might be just as annoying. Maybe I should try to freehand. I guess watercolor pencil might be my only option, but I will use just a dark pink. We have already done some pink shading on the doll, so hopefully I will be able to mask this a lot easier than the black one that I used last time. Hopefully it won't stain as well so much, so I have to decide what kind of eyes we want for her. But as she is a fawn, I feel doe eyes are appropriate. I'm open always to suggestions though. Today it's very warm. Sorry. I'm going to take a little break. I always feel like my flat beneath me has the heating on as well, because my house is warm for no reason. I hope you all enjoyed some weather today. It was really lovely and sunny where I am. So I've done some outlines. I've done them in pink, so you can't really see all that well. You can see there's a little bit of outlines there, but the important thing is that I know where they are, and then I'll be able to hide them afterwards. So I'm going to start doing the outline. The first outline.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Somatostatin is a peptide hormone that regulates the endocrine system and affects neurotransmission and cell proliferation via interaction with G protein coupled somatostatin.
Okay. I was my phone doesn't have a Google's, like a Hey Google. I haven't set that up, so I don't know what that was. I apologize on behalf of my phone for reading Wikipedia out on my stream. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone on silent. Sorry about that. I think we all learned something about something. I don't know what I said in order to trigger that, but yeah, that does happen. So let's use a dark purple. So I very rarely will use black as an outline, because there's not really like a jet black on people's faces unless they put them there. So yeah, I always try to do like a darker, if I think about a color palette for them, then it will be like the darkest of that color palette. So I have a really nice Xerox purple that's here. I cannot pronounce the names of any of the Fifidoll paints, so you will just have to wince at the sound of my pronunciations, butchering of Warhammer lore, I'm sure. Oh, you're small too. So I can start doing the outlines of her eyes. It doesn't particularly matter how tidy you are at this point, because any line will be able to be fixed with like the color that's going to be next to it. So you don't need to be as anxious as I am. She's going to have lovely big eyes. Of course, for a deer, of course. To find everything, all the colors that I plan on using. Oh, these are the same. Two. Had a very beautiful pink fan before, and it, wow. My friend broke it on a night out, really. So I'm stuck at this freebie one. Oh, I need the white air paint. Yes. So, let me show you. That's a very elegant. Sorry, my eyes are very loud. Fawn. Yes, thank you. I hope she will become ever more the elegant as she progresses with more paint on her. But this is her now. And you can see I just did a little bit of an outline. It's messy, but it's okay. So we can continue, and I will add the whites to her eyes now. I'm going to add it with white scar, which is this one. I'm actually using the airbrush version of this paint, and I'm going to build it up slowly. It's because it's the thinnest one. I don't want it to have any brush strokes for the whites of the eyes, and with that you just have to do many thin layers. Thank you so much. Yes, I enjoy painting on myself as much as I enjoy painting on dolls. So I'm glad that you like both versions. Thank you. Yes, I believe self-expression is very important, and that there should be really no limits in how you would like to express yourself, as long as you're not hurting anyone. I think it's good to just be you. I'm happy that you understand it in this way. Sometimes people, they think that I'm going to dress like this for other people, or I do this for attention, but I don't know other people's tastes, so how could I dress for them? I'm obviously just dressing for myself because I know my tastes. But anyway, back to the doll. Now she has whites in her eyes, so you can see the shape. I've made it a little bit bigger this way, sort of like my own eyes, just to make the eyes even bigger and very doughy. What was I going to say? I'm really happy that when people talk to me in the stream, because this is the reason why I do this rather than YouTube. I prefer to do live streams because I love to interact with my viewers. I really encourage you to just message me random things. But also I would love it if you told me if I was too quiet, and then I can speak up and make it easier for you all to hear me. So do let me know if you're having trouble. This is not quite flat. Yes, I've met some wonderful people on Twitch Creative. Before I had a break of streaming, I was with Twitch Kittens. I still am with Twitch Kittens, and I met so many friends there. Sorry, I have a question. Are you a Pamu fan? Yes, I really love Kiari. Thank you for mentioning her. Yes, I really do love Kiari Pamu. If you can please tell me your favorite song by her. Mine is Mondai Girl. Yeah. I could talk a lot about Kiari. I went to see her every time she comes to the UK. I always go and see her. And once I met her, because I used to work in a shop, and she came into my shop, and I almost died. I'm sure I've told this story many times on this stream, but if you don't know, I managed to get a photo with her and speak to her in Japanese, as she doesn't know English, and my heart was like, and I couldn't really work for the rest of the day. It was pretty much a write-off for me. Yeah, I very rarely get starstruck, and I used to have quite a few famous people in my shop. We used to have, oh, who's that woman? Well, we had like Jude Law, and we've had like a few like television people, and we had quite a famous female singer that I've lost the name of. But even with these like Hollywood celebrities, I wouldn't really worry too much about or get too anxious around, but I was just a puddle of happiness after I met Carrie. So, yeah, I said, 写真を撮ってもいいですか? Is if we can have a photo together. And on my phone, and in the back of my phone, my phone case said, もしもし宇宙人です, which is like, hello, I'm an alien. And she really appreciated that. So I was really happy. It's my claim to fame. my claim to Carrie fame. I'm glad that you enjoyed my story. It is my happiest story as well. But I was literally a mess afterwards. I was I think, you know, when you're just so happy you can't focus. I was like that. Yes, like a little alien. I'm trying to read. I wonder if there's any way I can make the chat bigger, because I can't see it. And it's making me sad. Shake it. Oh, I don't want to move that. I used to have the chat on this screen as well, but it's gone. OBS really, I don't know what it does. This layer of white is dry now though, after all that talking. So we can do another layer. So you can see that first layer only did just this little bit. Oh, thank you. Cog symbol. I see. You need a better TV to increase the font size, perhaps. Yes, a better TV would be good. I'm just using my laptop, and it's quite far from me, because the camera needs to get all of me in, and I guess I'm quite tall. So, yeah, that's the reason why I used to be able to get Twitch on my phone, and then I can read the chat on my phone. So after a while, once I've settled back down into streaming, I will be able to organize that, to which I will be able to read it a lot better. Oh, better TV. Oh, is it the browser plugin? Oh, okay. I will check for it. Thank you so much for your suggestion. So I'm going to do another white layer. I think we will need quite a few. Yes, oh, I'm so happy you remembered. Yes, I do use the Citadel paints. I still do as well. And the people in the Citadel, in the Warhammer shop, they all know me for painting on dolls and not Warhammers. I'm happy. Thank you so much for coming back to my stream after it was such a long break. It really means a lot to me. I'll try not to have any more long breaks again. Oh, I'm glad you liked my shop story. I had a lot of fun working in that shop. It was a vintage shop, and I really love vintage clothing. And we used to just dress up all day and drink tea and listen to really fun music. It was probably one of my favorite jobs, because we didn't really do all that much work. But I really had so many wonderful repeat customers as well. They used to come in every day and chat to us, and it was a very relaxed situation. And I got a lot of clothes out of it. Does anyone here really like to buy vintage or second-hand? I went to a charity shop today actually, and I got this new brush holder for my makeup brushes. How cute! Him is cute. But him needs a name, so if you want to suggest names for this very good brush boy, then I will take some suggestions. I love to get like cool holders. I got another one actually a few months ago. This is another one I got. That's our clown friend. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it was really cute. And I saw it straight away. I was like, this is mine. But I used to live in a place that had lots of old people's homes and a lot of an elderly community, and the charity shops there were amazing. Old people stuff is so cool. Yeah, I really liked. I got a lot of vintage. I like to wear a lot of vintage nightwear, and I managed to get a lot of it whilst I was there. So I might go back. Sometimes I'm able to pop back and check if there's anything else. Oh, and I got some followers, so thank you for following me on Twitch. Thank you, Rachel Pinku. Thank you, Snow Crush. Thank you, Only Ilya. Sorry. Thank you, you three, for following me on Twitch. I'm trying to sort out Nightbot and things like that to thank you as well. But I will sort that out hopefully for next time. I have a ceramic cow, frog, hippo, pig, duck, goose, and pouting fish. I like the pouting fish the most, I think. Oh, I love the hippo as well. I love hippos. And that's a whole zoo you have, a little ceramic zoo. That's really fun. So I think one more layer of the white. You can see it's getting there now. That's so cute that they make you smile. Okay. Oh, the cheesecloth is really comfy, isn't it? Like the undershirts and stuff, they're really nice. I used to get some of those too. That's good to have friends in vintage shops. Is just about as good as working there. So that's good that you're able to have somebody. We're about an hour into the stream now, and we are at a good pause point as our doll's eyes are drying. So at this point I'm going to start to do some reading, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'm only reading excerpts. I don't want to get into any trouble. And I do suggest you actually buy these books as they are very beautiful. I'm only going to read, oh, that was me, my top. I'm reading from Kenko's A Cup of Sake Beneath the Cherry Trees. It's a monk, and he was in the 12th and 13th century of Japan. And it's just about his life. So I will be reading little parts from it, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And if you also have suggestions of things I could read, then I would like to hear them also, because I don't want to just read all of this book. Also, I would say that the opinions of this book are not my opinions. Little disclaimer. This was from the 13th century, so it might be a bit weird. It is not good to call on somebody if you have no particular reason. Even if you go with some purpose, you should leave promptly once your business is accomplished. It is very annoying if a visit drags on. There is so much talking when people get together. It is exhausting, disturbs the peace of the mind, and wastes time better spent on other things. There is nothing to be gained for either party. It is bad, too, to feel irritable as you talk. When you don't care for something, you should come right out and say so. The exception to all of this is when someone after your own heart, whom you feel inclined to talk with, is at a loose end and encourages you to stay a while longer for a peaceful chat. No doubt we all have Ron G's welcoming green eyes from time to time. It is very nice when a friend simply drops in, has a quiet talk with you, and then leaves. It is also wonderfully pleasing to receive a letter that simply begins, "I write because it has been some time since I sent news," or some such. Does anyone have people that they write to? I really love to send letters. One day, I hope I can send letters to people who have appreciated my stream. I think it's one of the things I want to do for, if people have subscribed to me, then I want to do a thank you letter. Oh wow, thank you so much for subscribing. I didn't even see that and I was talking. But thank you so much for subscribing to me. I'll make sure that you get all of the perks. I think I have to add you to the Discord manually. I'm not sure if my bot does that because he's not even in the chat right now. But thank you so much. I feel so honored. And I hope that you enjoyed that reading, and I hope it encourages you to write letters and drop in on friends. I have one of my very close friends, she lives in Japan, and I write to her in Japanese and she writes to me in English, and this is how we are continuing our learning. Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you so much. I'm really, really honored that I have your subscription. I think the doll's eyes should be dry by now, so let's check on her. And they are. And I wonder if you can see. My hand is moving too much for my earring. But with this, there is no brush strokes at all. When you use very thin, many layers, this is how you'll be able to get completely block colour without any brush strokes. I'm quite happy with that. So we can continue now with defining the line, which was the first rather messy purple line that I did. And my hand goes. Let's see what I can do now. I want to have a flesh tone. So to make quite a good flesh tone with Fifidoll paints, I would suggest that I would love it if you painted along. Please feel free to. I hope to make a stream in which people can relax to and also do their own thing also. I'm not very good at speaking, so sorry about saying that weirdly. But quite often for me is that I like to watch streams whilst I'm painting. I watch the people who I've hosted, so I would check out Millybug because she's really cute. And quite often I listen to her or watch her whilst I paint. I like to have talking, I guess. Sometimes I like to have music, but it's nice to have somebody chat to you. So, please paint along if you would like to. And feel free to ask me questions about painting as well. To get a good flesh tone in Citadel, as I was saying, is what I usually do, is that I mix together Logonath Orange and Emperor's Children. These two, the orange and the pink. Just very, very little bit of the pink, not just to kind of add to the orange. I would say 1 part orange, well, 3 part orange, 1 part pink, this kind of thing. I might need to put the lamp on. See what I mean? I believe I've added too much. I'm sure this was the colours I mixed last time. Perhaps it's not. Let's put the lamp on so you can see exactly which colours they are. Oh, I added too much pink. Let's try again. Oh, you're welcome. So I'm doing the lids now. And you have to remember the bottom lid as well. I'm just doing a very thin layer, a very thin line of this flesh tone next to the purple outline that we did. Not only does this clean up the line, but it also gives the eye more, I guess makes it stick out more like an eye. It's quite difficult with dolls' eyes, as generally they're quite flat. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I put it in my middle. This is where we are now. Making the eyes look more like eyes. It has been lovely weather, hasn't it? Which model would you start with of all the animals you're painting? The other day on my Instagram live that I did, I painted a pig, a little pig girl, and her name is Bao. And she was sold pretty much immediately after I had posted a picture. No, I posted a picture? No, I didn't post a picture. After the stream ended, she was sold very quickly. Would think it rains a lot in England. Yes, it does, but it also does sometimes get very warm as well, and English weather is always temperamental, it being just an island really, so it can be raining and then hot and then windy, really all in one day. These things can happen. Usually we have April showers, but we're done that now, so it is more rainier in that time. But yeah, it's pretty rainy, but hot also. I guess we just don't know how to deal with it if it gets warm. We're not used to these things. We can deal with it if it gets rainy. Not if it gets too hot. I think also global warming. It's getting warmer and drier. Last year we had so little rain that so many of the people's lawns were all dead, and so many plants died. It was sad. It was lovely weather with you, wasn't it? It was lovely weather with me also. And I spoke to my parents in Scotland, because that's where I'm from, and they told me that it was rainy and horrible. So, in the grand scheme of things, our island is not very big. The United Kingdom is quite small, and you can fit a number of them in California alone. But even on one side, we have such adverse weather to the other. Poor plants, yes, I know. And I love your little crying Sally emote. Oh my gosh, I love line characters. Is Sally your favorite line character? I think James is mine. I love James so much. Okay, let's continue with her now before I talk more about James. I'm going to start. Do I have any more letters? Yes. Okay. So now I have my white paint on her eyes. I can then start to outline where I want her pupils to be. I believe she will be looking up. As we've made her eyes completely open, she needs to be looking up in some direction, as your eyes would be like that. If she's going to look straight on, she would be a deer in headlights indeed. And that's not really what I'm looking for. So, and if she looks down, then she would just remind me of Sadako, like the ring girl when she has her eyes open and she's still looking down. It's very scary. So she's going to be looking up. And I believe a little bit cross-eyed. So again, I've just done, I think you might not be able to see this. Oh, you can see a little bit. I've done a pencil outline with I used a mechanical pencil so the line would be thin. But just to outline where her eyes are going to be. And I believe I want to make her eyes green to go against the pink. So what have I got as a nice green? I did have a very nice one. Oh, that is not, that's a technical paint. That's not a real paint. We have, that's a dry paint. That's not very nice paint either. Ah. We have. Oh, perhaps she is daydreaming. That would be nice. So we have Gauze Blaster Green. Here. This will be the color of her eyes, added with some of this paint spilled. Oh, I was going to say the paint spilled and I didn't know the name of it. But it's a bit of dry paint has come off. It is Warp Stone Glow. So we're going to use these two. Yes, the colour is very nice. It's not too long that Warhammer have been doing more pastel colours, which I've really appreciated. And even when they first started to do the pastel colours, it was only in the dry paints, so, well, mostly in the dry paints, so it was quite useless for me. Do you watch anime? Yes. Yes, I do. My favourite anime is Gintama. If you know that one, I'm very happy. I watched it twice. Start to finish, and then start to like almost finish, and now I'm starting again from the start, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I don't usually watch shonen. Of the shonen anime I watched, it was Gintama, and then I watched a lot of One Piece, and I got like just after the time skip of One Piece, which is still like 500 episodes, so I think I did quite well. But mostly I like romance. Do you have animes that you like? Do you have a favourite? Did you watch Sanrio Danshi? I really liked that one. Sanrio Boys. I collect my melody things. Maybe you can see. This is my melody. This is actually my melody. This is my melody. So I really loved Sanrio Boys and you from Sanrio Boys. Yeah, it was really cute. Cute anime. Not this one. Maybe this one. So we're going to use that light green, just to do the first layer of the eyes. What is this? Is each Army Miniatures Warhammers rock out very vibrant, have pastel blues and pinks. Yes, I believe it was when they started to do these Age of Sigmar, yes. When they did more Age of Sigmar armies, more weird ones, that's when they started to bring out pastel tones. Although I was told by a few of my friends that I should paint a Warhammer 50k like blood, whatever they're called, Blood Army guys unit, like all in pastel tones, which I did consider, but I couldn't paint that many Warhammers. Made me miss Puraland so much. Yes, well, I mean, I've never been to Puraland, and I almost cried. Just because I was like, I can't believe there's some place this magical. But I'm actually going to Japan in about a week and a half, and I am going to Puraland. And yeah, I probably will cry there. So I'm really excited to live my best Samuel life there. This is such a beautiful eye tone. I might not use the other green because just having it this one color is really pretty. Can't wait to show you. She looks very cute. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's been a long time dream of mine to go, and I'm a bit overwhelmed at the idea, to be honest, because I just want to make the most of it. But and also I booked the flight because my best friend was planning to go there for a year and do like a live work visa. So I booked the flight thinking that I would go and visit him because I would miss him very much. But then he decided not to go, so now I'm going to Japan on my own. But I have friends that live there, so I'm visiting them mostly now. But for a while I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go to Puraland on my own. But no, I have my friend Ayaka, who's my friend I write letters to, and her little sister. We are going to Puraland. I'm very excited. Yes, thank you for your well wishes there. I'm sure you want to see some very pretty eyes. Look how cute she looks. I'm quite happy with how these have turned out, and I don't really want to do anything else to them because they're just nice, like really flat like that. I will add pupils is the circle in the middle. So I will add those maybe, but I'll go and do other parts of her face whilst I think about what to do with the eyes, because I really do like them just left. So let's go back to maybe under the eyes. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the pastels. Now when I first used the pastels, I used quite a big brush just so I could get like the pastels would sit nicely in like all of the creases of the face and define it much more. Now when we are using the pastels, we're going to use it a little bit more for contouring and but also for like blush as well. And we're going to use a much smaller brush so we can be more defined with it, because we wouldn't want any of the blush going inside the eyes and things. But maybe before I do that, I'll do like some more reading, and we can think about how nice those eyes are. I'll put this. This book is falling apart on me, and I've been leafing through it quite a lot. And it's been in and out of my bag. Here's a cute one. I'm gonna color code this. I've been doing little colored tabs, and yellow means wholesome. So I'm going to put this is a little bit of wholesome one. One morning after a beautiful fall of snow, I had reason to write a letter to an acquaintance, but I omitted to make any mention of the snow. I was delighted when she responded, "Do you expect me to pay any attention to the words of someone so perverse that he fails to inquire how I found this lovely snowy landscape? What a deplorable insensitivity! The lady is no longer alive, so I treasure even this trifling memory." I think that's quite cute. It's important to talk about the weather. British people know this. And I will start to do some blushes. The setting of the book that I'm reading from is that it is basically the diary of this monk. So it's in little excerpts, and tea. Yes, we're very, very big on tea, and the order of which it is made is of a division in the country. As to what goes first, if the milk shall go first, or the hot water will go first, or the tea bag will go first. Yeah. It's a big talking issue. I don't really want to get involved. I do tend to get involved in quite a bit of politics. This is probably one topic I will keep to myself as far as my own feelings on the order of tea. But I don't tend to drink tea with milk anyway, so I don't feel that I have the right to comment on the order of milk when I don't take it. That's the end of my statement on tea. What was I talking about before? The weather. So I'm going to use just this very thin brush. All my brushes are quite thin, but this is just to do some blush underneath the eye. It's very honourable of me. I think that it's stronger than the pineapple on pizza debate is the order of tea. Okay, it seems that we have gone into this debate. Yes, I understand about the porcelain, that makes sense. And a lot of people say they cannot know the proper strength of tea unless they put the milk in first, whereas they know how much tea to pour. But then surely you would know how much milk to pour if you put in the tea first. But about the porcelain, it's very important to protect the porcelain, so milk first is perfectly fine. If I mean, I'm telling my own stance on it now, but I would say that I only agree that the milk is fine first. If you have the tea in a teapot, you do not put tea, bag and milk in the same cup. I don't want to see anyone's cup that has just a tea bag in it and some milk, because that seems very wrong to me. You should have already pre-brewed tea in a pot and then pour it on top of the milk if you do want to have the milk in first. There, I said it. That is my view on it. I didn't want it to come to this. There wouldn't be a pizza without pineapple. Yes, that's very true. Thank you. So, to show you a little bit what I'm doing. It does seem wrong, doesn't it? Thank you. So I have my set of pastels here. And I'm just sweeping the brush along the pastel so it gathers a little bit of the dust. And then I'm using that to paint on the doll. Just as you would with makeup. So now we have a little blushy under eye. Doesn't she look cute? Thank you. I'm glad I have you on board with my tea. What will I call it? My tea agenda. Tea is very important to me. Types of tea. When to have tea. What tea to have when. I would say I'm a bit of a tea snob, but it's only really in how people make it. Does anyone have a favourite tea? My favourite tea actually requires no milk. It is a loose leaf tea called Gen Mai Cha, and it has roasted rice in the tea, and it's very yummy, and it is very filling as well because of the rice. Tea-talitarian, I love it, yes. These are my tea-talitarian views. I feel it is quite tea-talitarian as well because I really won't stand for milk and tea bag in the same cup. Do you guys sell market spice tea there? It's so good. No, we don't have it. Is it a type of tea or is it a brand of tea? More spiced kind of tea, like rooibos. I really do like rooibos. This is probably the spiced tea that I like. And then I really love Lady Grey tea and Earl Grey tea. I love chamomile tea. I love any type of green tea, especially with jasmine or with lemon. I do love matcha. Like Ceylon tea. Oh, nettle tea is very good. Oh, I love fennel in tea as well. I have had a fennel and nettle and peppermint tea, and that was very, very nice, very healthy. I think her makeup is going to be based on a makeup that I have done on myself. So quite recently I did a makeup look that was based on like sakura petals. So I think we should do this on her face, it would be cute. If you make any mistake, if you want to clean up with your pastels, you can use a Q-tip or little cotton bud with a little bit of water. If the color is too strong, you can use the dry side and just wipe it a little bit. You can also use the dry side to wipe the wet side you just did. Oh dear, your work has dreadful tea. I will change jobs. It's a kind of tea has strong taste like cinnamon, depending on how many teaspoons you use. Oh. Do love all types of tea, really. I hope I have a chance to try this. I really love Turkish tea as well, and I really love Thai tea. I love Thai tea a lot. My friend said he was making Thai tea today, so I hope I get some. Oh, Twining's tea is very yummy, yes. I want to clean up some lines. Let me see what I can do. Oh, are you saying last time you went to the shops there was an offer on tea? I'm going to start to add the sakura petals to her face now. But I've also just decided what I want to do with her eyes, so I will do that too. I'm going to be using two types of pink. I'm going to be using Emperor's Children again for the darker pink, and then I will be using Fulgrim pink here, this one, for the main parts of the petals, with touches of white, of course, as these petals are coloured. I'm just going to freehand them on. see, I've added some petals to her face. Just with the base Emperor's Children. And then I will add the lighter filigree pink to make them pop a bit more. I'm also going to use the filigree pink as the color of her pupils, because I want her to look a bit scary. Cute but scary. This is my goal in life, to go to that section. To be cute and a little scary. It's fun. I don't want to have too much paint on my brush. Hope if you can see them better. Let me try to focus the camera on the door. Not this way. Maybe you can see it better now. she is, with her petals on her face. And you can see her a little bit better. I don't know how to focus this. There we go. So hopefully you were able to see her little petals in her face. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. Yes, the petals stand out more with the light pink. Thank you. That's okay. My name gets autocorrected to anything. I thought I knew what I was going to do with her eyes. I was going to give her pupils, but I'm still not sure. So I think I will just leave it for now. And I'm going to oh, what's her name? Well, she doesn't have a name yet because I don't name dolls until they are finished. When I paint the dolls, I feel like I'm collaborating with someone and I'm discovering more and more about them. And I won't know their true personality until they are completely finished, so I don't name them until that point. But if you want to think of names that you can give and that come to mind, and you can let me know when she is finished. Oh, sorry, I thought you said what's her names. But you said where's her arms. Yes, at the beginning of the stream I did explain, but basically I only really paint on second-hand dolls. I do sometimes buy new dolls when they're like weird sculpts, like the little Poundland dolls that I bought. But if it's Monster High dolls, I always try to buy them second-hand. With Monster High, Bratz, Barbie, these dolls I buy second-hand because I want to give them a new chance at being loved. So if they've already had a life being that, then I would like to give them a second chance after they've been thrown away. The only problem is that the elbow joint with Monster Highs is very weak. So often the hand comes off, and that's the reason why they are then sold. So quite often with second-hand Monster Highs on eBay, the doll is missing their arms. I have one of them. She has one of her arms, which I have put away for safekeeping. But the other arm she does not have, so I might do something with clay. I haven't decided yet. I thought about, as she has sakura petals, I might give her a branch for an arm, but we'll still see what I want to do. We can save that for another stream, and we can work on her more together. But this is how much I'm going to do for tonight, because I want to be able to, I feel like she's at a good stopping point, and I do have to rest because I have church in the morning. So I will read once more for you, and then we can say our goodbyes. If I can find. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. So the last reading tonight is: a certain novice monk in Inaba was rumored to have a beautiful daughter, and many men came asking for her hand. But the girl ate nothing but chestnuts and never touched grains. So her father declared that she was too eccentric to be marriageable, and rejected them all. Thank you all so much for joining the stream, for chatting to me, even if you didn't message at all. It was just nice that you were here with me as I painted. It's good to be back on Twitch. I really do love live painting and painting with people, and I feel like all of us together we can create nice things.